Oh god, are we live?
Hello! This is the very first recording of the Loaves and Fishes podcast, where we find movies to watch and then we describe them to you in case you want to watch them as well. That sounded awkward. I am with.
We'll workshop it.
I'm here with Kgen today, one of my mods in my chat, and we just watched what did we watch today, Kgen?
Okay, well, first of all, you didn't tell me this thing had a name.
Oh, we watched Low.
No, the podcast.
Oh, yeah, it's called Loaves and Fishes. Hello, Loaves and Fishes podcast. If you've ever read Tough Voyaging, you'd get it.
I thought that was like a biblical reference.
It is. It's also
okay.
It's also a big old George R. Martin reference. And if anybody ever gets a joke, oh my god, I will fucking mail them cookies. If you ever get the joke, if anybody ever gets the joke, I will legit mail you cookies. It's...
Wait, this is going to be on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So I can say the S word.
You can
Fantastic.
say all sorts of. You can say the simp word and the cracker word, and the mayo
simp
eater
for
word.
that old cracker.
I simp for that old cracker. Man, that old cracker's most likely a socialist.
You simp for the idea of.
All right. Okay. Anyway, what did we watch today? What did we watch today, friend?
Whoa, Travis Betts, 2009.
True.
Well, as far as I understand it, we've got a guy. Oh, I'm assuming you meant to mute that.
Oh yeah, my new torch is very loud, so anytime
Sure.
I do a fat dab, it's gonna just sound like right in my microphone, even if I do it on the other side of the room. So anytime I mute, that's on purpose because I want to save everybody's ear holes.
Yeah, you did not mute for that. Or this. Oh, okay. I just
Okay,
may or may not
Oh,
have
God,
scared the
this-
shit out of me.
Man, fucking episode 1's gonna be scuffed as fuck. I love this. Anyway, the movie that we watched together just now, I swear it happened. We did this.
It did. Listen, we're not lying, okay? You don't get paid to do that yet.
How do we prove that we're not lying until we get paid to lie?
Okay.
Or wait, are we
Listen.
hoping to get paid to lie?
Are we?
About that's what you said.
Well, I mean...
You said yet, so it's implied, right?
Well, I feel like there's at least a little bit of plausible deniability there.
Fair
You
enough.
know. So, Low is a movie about this guy named Justin who's believes that his GF April has been kidnapped by demons. I'm sorry, do you have something to say?
No, that was just adorable.
Okay.
Shut
I'm gonna
up
take
now.
that. No, I'm gonna take that compliment. Thank you. Anyway, I've been practicing. So he believes that his GF has been taken by some kind of demon, and he's got this big ass scar from it.
Capital D from hell demons, by the way.
Yes, for the record, we're talking biblical proportions here. So he decides that instead of burning this mysterious book that that's kind of spoilers. Anyway, instead of burning the mysterious book that she's told him to burn after she is gone, he decides to make a nice little summoning circle and just start summoning demons in the hopes that they'll be able to help him find her and get her back, which is a great idea.
Yeah, they had this moment at Christmas where he gave her a book because he thought she liked old books. And
Yep.
then she only has this one book, which I assume is her only possession. And she went, "Oh, you're supposed to give gifts at Christmas. Okay, you can have this book." And he went, "Wow." Okay, so the book, right? I would like to talk about this. I made notes about the book. It looks like a fusion between the Necronomicon from the Evil Dead, like old school,
Right.
like the second, like not the actual Evil Dead, but like Ash vs. the Evil Dead when he goes and fights the Deadites and everything.
My dear boy, I've never seen the movie.
When he already has a chainsaw arm. All right, you've never seen it. We'll put it on the list maybe.
We'll get there.
It's camp. Oh my god, it's camp.
I've heard. I kind of expect that from you.
Anyway, it looked like the flesh from the Necronomicon. I'll send you a picture so you know what I'm talking about. And then also the eyeball from the book from Hocus Pocus. You know, Winifred's book. The eyeball just kept making me think of Winifred's book, and every time I see that eyeball, I just think of Hocus Pocus. I don't know.
And I love that for you.
Yeah, hold on. I'm putting a comparison in chat right now for you because like the two of it looks like both of these books fused together in a fusion in some way, right?
I saw it and I was like, oh, now that's a book that I would write my D&D notes in.
That is a book I'd write my D&D notes in, right?
Right.
That's one of those like
looks like a
like
what's it
journal
called?
over covers that you spend like $70 on.
Looks like a the Lich kind of phylactery.
Yeah.
Skin, everything.
Yeah, that definitely looks like, or like maybe a warlock grimoire if you had
Sure.
Pact of the Tome, D&D leeching into everything. Anyway, please continue your story on after Christmas time. He got this book and he did not burn it.
No.
Girlfriend was like, "Hey, here's your Christmas present. Burn it when I'm not around. Don't read it. Do not open it.
Here's a book.
Merry Christmas.
Never open it.
Do you love me?
Tell me Merry Christmas. Never open this book." So then this thing is summoned by his meticulous handiwork, even though he knocks over 2 candles, which was really funny to me, by the way, for the record. Good bit.
I mean, yeah, like if you're like a simp trying to get your girlfriend back from hell, and well, not even a simp, just like a dude, just like that feels like I felt for Justin, just like demons fucking wreck up into your place, steal your girl, and then the only way that you know how to, the only clue that you have in this book that apparently seems to have a whole bunch of different types of demons and how to summon them, and then different hell summons you can do. The only clue is that there's this one particular demon that's bookmarked. Yeah, I'd probably go there, thinking that it's not gonna work, and then being very surprised when it does. Kinda like he was.
Especially when it comes out screaming like a baby.
Oh my goodness,
and
the
also
screams, right?
Bald like a baby, except for the hair on the body, which was, I liked that. I liked the fact that he's hairy.
I liked that it was dry hair on wet looking, or it wasn't wet, it was the appropriate amount of moist for
like a sheen, like a sweat.
Yeah, like
sweaty.
Like, if you touched it, it wouldn't be wet, but your hand would come off with something on it. And if you touch
like
too long, you're definitely coming off a little wet.
yeah.
That was
Sweaty demon.
Oh yeah, I wrote that down. You can tell the budget went into low costume.
Yes. And not really anywhere.
Because, well, Jesus' costume. Okay, so also I have, oh God, why is Jesus a Nazi? Look, he's just a Nazi. He's trying to make a point here, but he's just a Nazi. Oh no, it's just, all I see is the Nazi armband on this demon. He's a Nazi. Aside from that, you can really see the flesh around his eyes because they did not either the actor was allergic to the makeup having it so close to his eyes, or they didn't have the same budget for that makeup. The green like the green dude with the beak is who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. His name was
wrote down their
Jeez,
names.
by the way. Okay, you did write his name down. Good.
Yes. I wrote things down, okay?
Like, there was no politics in it whatsoever but the armband, and then the very particular shots on the armband, like when it was framed in Justin's face and Jesus' armband, and you're just like, he's a Nazi. That makes a lot of sense that the demons were behind Nazis, but all I can think about is that this movie, and on the meta, is that this movie is trying to say something about Nazis. And I was brought out of it just a little bit, but then I went right back in when Demon Girl started.
I was actually going to ask you about that because I'm like, okay, so we have some Nazi imagery here.
Right?
What are we doing with it?
I'm pretty sure it's just that
demons bad, Nazis bad? Therefore demon Nazis?
I think well, demons some okay, so the message of the movie might not necessarily be demons bad. Nazis definitely bad. And G's, because he's a Nazi, is also bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's... Oh god, a fucking ADHD. I'm losing my point. I thought... hold on, let me see if I can find in my notes. I made notes. Talk about your notes, Kgen.
Absolutely. I'm happy to go through this very concise explanation of the plot while you get unlost from the sauce.
I just wrote down he's a Nazi several times on each page. I'm looking... Okay, anyway, continue.
I noted here that a lot of the way that they use sound and the editing, like the way that the shots are like kind of like flipping back and forth between people, and it makes the space where the whole thing takes place, as well as the amount of time that is taking in between scenes, kind of hard to keep track of. Like, it makes it feel really fluid and funky.
I think that's the point. I think it's one of those things, like, as soon as I'm pretty sure the time frame is it doesn't matter how long April and Justin were together. Mm-hmm. As soon as the attack happened and he regained himself enough to be able to do the ritual, I think he did, because like when you look at his wounds, they're like very fresh, not scars yet. And April healed him in the also, I wrote down epic demon fight. I like what they did with this budget. Just the dramatic, faux fighting. I really liked that. But I think he woke up, immediately looked up, like opened the book to where he was already, because I think he had already opened the book and that's what summoned everything else. Maybe? I might be misremembering something. Anyway, um, I'm pretty sure he like opened the book, saw that like it was bookmarked on low, and then immediately went to Home Depot and like, or not, like he had to have measured his windows, and then immediately went to Home Depot and asked for the exact measurement for a cutout for each window, and either screwed them together at home himself or asked someone at Home Depot to do that, because like I wouldn't have questioned many things if he had just opened up, some dark curtains or something, but he very specifically took like a plywood blackout out of his windows at the end shot, right? And like he puts it down, and he's looking, and he's feeling the light, and he's feeling pretty good about everything. And all I can think about is like, man, you had to go to you went to Home Depot and you bought chalk paint, and you bought blackout, like literal pieces of wood to black out your windows for you. This boy was very serious about finding April, and he thought that this book was the answer. Is all I'm saying. Like, that's a paycheck.
I mean, you're telling me that your first step wouldn't be to head on down to your local Home Depot after your girlfriend was kidnapped by demons?
I'm saying, as a man who does not make a lot of money, my first reaction would probably be to black out windows with my own like scraps of paper and flour glue before I would think to use money to like get exact measurements for my windows. For plywood, I'm probably spending $50 or more on.
No.
However, I would be going as hard as I could to find April. Like please do not, like, this should not make me sound unchivalrous. I am just a poor.
I mean, I can imagine that he wasn't exactly in a reasonable state of mind.
We saw that apartment at the end. He also too was not a rich man. I just want to point out that he is a man that could afford plywood, and I am not. But yeah. What do you think about the twist at the end? Or rather, what I'd like to ask is, when did you figure it out?
My good sir, I had no idea until the
very end.
I was not okay. No, I wasn't looking for that. Mm-hmm. And I sure the fuck didn't see it. Okay, no, that's not true. I did notice one thing. It was one line. Where was it? Let's see.
I'm still hung up on how good the song "Demon Girl" is. Demon.
Here it
is. So good.
Cover one.
Right. Eventually.
So, when they were arguing about after he drinks the poison.
Yeah. Okay.
Justin says like, you're concerned for my well-being, and Lo doesn't deny it. And I thought, wait a minute, Lo.
Very, very good. So I've seen this movie like 4 times. It's like one of my stealth favorites. It's kind of like why I want to talk about it now, because I feel like nobody knows about it. It was on Netflix like 10 years ago for like 2 or 3 months, and I haven't been able to find it since then. And we're not going to mention where we watched it, just so it doesn't get taken down. But I got really excited when I found it, and that's why we're watching it now, because more people need to know about this movie. Like, I'm pretty sure you can go on Amazon and like order a DVD, get your own DVD or something like that, but like
Which is where we got it from,
not a
obviously.
lot of people know about this. Actually, no, my new computer case has a
Very
DVD
people.
drive in it. That's exactly where we watched this movie from. My DVD in 240p. Anyway, no,
Yes.
it's like it's one of those things, like it's kind of a horror. Like, I could see it like being spooky at certain points for people, but I find it as like a really quirky kind of romantic comedy, and I love it so much. It's kind of like, but I'm a cheerleader, you know? But not
Okay.
like it on the camp level. Like it
Yeah.
obviously, but I'm a cheerleader had a much bigger budget.
Mhm.
Because this entire movie is shot in one room, and when they have to do their quote unquote flashbacks, they literally like diegetically they set it up as, hey, look at this cute little cheapoid theater that we casted really horrible actors in, and then the actors aren't that bad, and then you're like, don't even pay attention to how bad the setting is, because it's literally just the two people telling their story. I also like that you can see the stagehands every time they have an off shot, and that's really cute too.
Yeah. Also, can we talk about the comedy and tragedy phases
Oh my
for a
god!
second?
I love. Oh yes! Like, all right, so I think that some people might say that this movie is trying to hold their hand, cuz like there's the comedy and tragedy faces for like all of the flashbacks, and even different emotional parts through the movie, and then like there's the big reveal that April was low at the whole time, but like they like hold your hand through it, and they like give you a shot of April, then they give you a shot of low, and then they give you another shot of low feeling ashamed, and then low goes off. But like I don't actually think it's as on the nose as it's shot as. I think it's a little bit of purposeful camp. I think because we're seeing this through Justin's eyes, right? Like, everything is through Justin's memory, through Justin's perspective. He's the protagonist here. It's him having his hand held through his memories, and him having his hand held through things. And anytime it's on the nose, it's it's only on the nose for him, and we're supposed to look at the nuances. Hold on, I have shmoo. Oh no, sorry. We're supposed to look at the nuance in the scene, because even though it's very simple, it's in there's so much going on all at once in every bit of that movie. I've noticed, like little faces. And sorry, please continue about the comedy and tragedy scenes, because like I love them a lot.
I mean, literally just wrote down that I liked the fact that they were there.
I have a couple notes about them, about how like they're like I said before, they're obviously like trying to tell the audience like what to feel in the extremes of, hey, either you believe April right now or you do not believe April right now. But there's a lot more nuance than just telling the audience what's going on. Hold on just a second. I'm checking something. Yeah, this is about the time that we would put some ads in here if we had sponsors. I don't have any sponsors yet, so today's stream is brought not stream. Today's podcast, I'm used to streaming, everybody. Today's podcast is brought to us by Cold Stare, my roommate Charles, and Chapomon, because they pay my bills. You can go ahead and follow Chapelmon at twitch.tv/Chapelmon_. There will be a link in the description below. And just go ahead, give him a follow, and thank him for paying my bills. Is there anything you want to talk about specifically with what we just watched?
Let's see.
Would you recommend it? Is there any yikes moments? Is there anything you want to touch on the themes? Like, I'd like to say that this, for what it is, like, unless you're a Christian who's just, like, offended by everything, this is, like, a really milk toast kind of it's still edgy in its own way, but it's still like very basic. I don't want to say basic. It's a good introductory to gross looking makeup, but not gross things happening, kind of like horror comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did have a note here. Says based gender take.
Oh fuck yeah, I did that too. How sex is a cage for humans, and they have transcended that. April is a lady. Lo is a based it NB, and all of the demons are based it NBs. And they also refer to themselves in the they them pronouns along with being it, which is just like an extra layer there that I don't even think the writers realized. I think it was just for the ease of conversation instead of saying it all the time, because it's such a finalizing sounding word. Like you stop yourself so much when you say it, you know? And so they them fluidity. Yeah, there was a fluidity to it, which is why there's some base gender stuff in there. I like that a lot. I also liked the have you ever seen Idle Hands?
Nope.
This it's like early 2000s schlock kind of horror thing. This kid's hand gets possessed by the devil. And I can't remember if he hears things out of it, but it starts doing things by itself, and he comes to the conclusion he needs to chop his hand off. And then also in The Evil Dead, Ash, like my name, he gets a wound, and it starts talking to him, and the devil has possessed his hand. And he ends up wanting to he ends up cutting his own hand off because it's a devil-possessed hand. So I like that the fact that when the blood sacrifice that was needed with Justin's left hand, it ended up being reincorporated as just like his overall doubts and like in any negative feelings he was having, along with probably maybe being voices from the forces of from below where he was at.
I mean, I just immediately, my mind shot to an anime called Parasite the Maxim, which I haven't seen, but I probably should, where a guy also has hand-related issues, and it talks to him, and that's about all I know. But the trope of having your hand possessed by something that you don't quite agree with or have control over is an interesting one. Kind of fuck with that. Having something that you typically have control over, like something that you grew up learning how to move around by yourself, just taken away from you.
Hand. It's your right? Like that's I can't even think of a comparison except, like, imagine if your hand was gone. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you lose something else, you're like, oh man, it's like losing my hand. But then you actually lose your hand, and you're like, oh, what do I say to compare that? It's like losing my other hand. I don't think that works. No, I haven't seen any of the Parasite stuff, but I'd also like to. I know there's like several series along with several mangas. I know that it can be intense.
I know nothing.
I know that I'm fascinated by the artwork that I've seen from the different Parasite series. Like there's several things that I can that stand out in my head. Usually having to do with the immersion from a person that make me go, that's not great, but wow, do I want to watch more of that?
Lee here, on, sorry, was it bread? Fish and Loaves?
Loaves and Fishes.
Loaves and Fishes. We here on Loaves and Fishes are hoes for body horror.
Oh yeah, no, body horror, which is another reason why I like Lowe's so much, because we have a disabled demon who, up until you figure it out because of the twist ending, is proud over why their body is like the way it is now. Like April proudly fought going back, and because she fought going back, Lo was, I don't like, okay, so I don't like calling people cripples, but physically speaking, in the actual like term of the word, Lo was crippled in order to, you know, as punishment for what it did when it escaped, you know, and became April. And I kind of like the representation there, that every time, like, it's only brought up like twice also, like every time it's brought up, it's always in hey, fuck you, I'm no lesser because of the way I am now. If anything, it might even make me more powerful. And then it's even turned on Justin and used in a mocking way, you know what I mean? And no, I can't find April, not because I'm crippled, but because her punishment is so bad that I can't just go there. On the meta, we know, like, now having seen it, we know that Lo is just lying to Justin, but it's because Lo's trying to protect Justin. Like, I noticed very specifically after the circle was made, Lo goes, oh, big man, oh, look at this big peepee here. I bet you didn't know that one pinky outside of that circle and I could turn you into dinner, you know, because I've named you dinner. And it's like blatantly being like, hey, don't go outside of this because they will get you. Like, you know, the things that took April, they're gonna get you if you go outside of that circle.
See, I didn't fucking pick up on
Oh, you
that.
didn't pick up on that? No, there's all sorts of little bits of storytelling. It could also be because I've seen it a few times now.
With context, I probably.
But like, it's I also want to, a little bit of acting from the Lo actor there is when Justin just says that they'll wait, he's like, fine, I'll wait. I'll sit here and wait for April as long as it takes, like assuming that time probably stops there, or he doesn't need to eat, or it doesn't matter, he'll just starve to death or something. And Lo just goes, what? No. What? that I did not fucking expect this, and now I have to reform my entire plan around not being able to scare this fucking prick off. Like, I'm pretty sure Lo thought it could just scare Justin, go, "Ooh, look at me. I'm a moist, hairy demon." And then he would go, "Oh no, the spell to get out of there real fast." And then Justin was like, "No. I love this person though. It doesn't matter what they were before they were on Earth. They're trying to change and be not what they were when they were bad. They want to be good now that they're here, and I am helping them be good." It sounds kind of codependent, and maybe we could talk about that a little bit, but I really feel like the message is that, like, fallen things can change and become better.
Sorry, I'm nodding. You can't see that.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I feel like I'm rambling, but I also now that you've let me know that you're nodding, I feel the nod. Oh, there was one prop I really liked through the whole movie. My favorite prop of the whole thing is that crystal knife that pushes the poison drink in because the demons can't go inside the circle.
Mm-hmm.
It looked really nice.
We talk about how that drink kind of looks like Grinch piss.
It looks yes, we can. What would you like to say about that?
So, I kind of saw the drink and I thought, that kind of looks like Grinch piss. And that was the entire train of thought. Also, the way that the waiter just walked in, looking down and laughing at the tray as he walked in.
Oh yeah, right? Oh, I also wrote down this is completely out of context from the order of the movie that we're trying to say, but I wrote down, "Bruh, you can totally fuck two chicks with one dick. You just aren't trying hard enough."
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like before Demon Girl even started. Sorry.
Oh, you're right.
I liked the little musical bits. Like, there was one actual song, and then the waiter being a bartender doing his little like thing, and it turns out that the little thing itself just had some Everclear in it, so he could do a really cool like ooh poof fire trick. That was neat.
Like, why is he? Oh,
With I also put down the waiter feels very random. Like, it felt very like they paid the dude to be the waiter, and so they had to write in longer. Like, they couldn't just extend the Justin meets April scene and have him be the weird waiter, like, looming there, really mad that Justin suddenly had another person, even though it literally just means more tips for him. Like, it doesn't. It's really weird in the food, like, industry. Like, it doesn't hurt his rotation at all. I don't know why he'd be annoyed about, like, suddenly a girl showed up, like, literally as the dude is into his salad. Other than, like, you could just put a hold on his food so her food would get ready. Like, their food would be ready at the same time. I don't know. The waiter felt very random.
I mean, I suppose as someone who is absolutely, I wouldn't survive the waiting industry or food service in general.
Another thing I didn't understand was the rat thing.
Ah, the rat thing.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's I liked it.
It's not bad. It's a vibe. I just also don't know why it's there, other than maybe, like, while Justin was there, all of hell was watching? Maybe, but, like, it's just a little rat thing.
I don't know if all of hell, but there was definitely an audience.
Okay, yeah, so there was at least an audience there.
Actually, one thing that kind of, like, I was thinking, like, because Lo was April, like, my brain was kind of like, wait, were all of those people just Low in different forms trying to get this guy to fuck off?
I'm pretty sure Jeez the Nazi was the demon that took April. And then the rest of them were projections from Low trying to get Justin to fuck off. Or, I mean, maybe the waiter was sent by Jeez. I don't think Low would purposely poison Justin when like the kiss at the end took the poison out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's a very like prove you love me, bitch, like petty vibe, and I don't think that's what was going on either. I'm pretty sure before the poison, Low pretty much sure knew that Justin was just there for it. So I don't know if the poison see the waiter is so random. I don't know if the poison was sent by Jeez or by Low.
Poison for Justin. Justin's poison. The poison for
The poison for
man named
Justin.
Is Justin's poison, if you will.
Oh, I also put demons have lots of books, but only in school.
Only school.
Only for school
context.
because
They're all textbooks.
They're all textbooks. The only book that April had ever read was the book of demons that I want to keep saying it because I know she's Low, but she, because she identifies as April that way. The only book she had ever read was the book she gave to Justin, and I hope at least she had read the book that he gave to her. Oh no, maybe that makes me wonder if Jeez it was Low. Like, was everything a manifestation from Low? Because why would Jeez know? No, never mind. Oh, sorry. I was about to say, why would Jeez know about the book that Justin
holding it?
But it was actually the book that was inside of the lockbox instead of the demon book. So he probably pulled that up to show how pissed he was more than anything else. Never mind. No, I'm back on the Jeez is his own demon track.
Maybe the waiter is his own demon, and he's just there for the chaos.
Yeah, he's the waiter.
It's his job to be there.
I mean, okay, so if you go with like the idea that like hell is bureaucracy and like you have to do the ritual to get in, and then you have to go through so many layers of the ritual, and nothing is ever actually said because it turns out you have to read Infernal to actually understand the fine print. What if the waiter is just like part of the process? Like it's, he got to level 57,000. That means he's got to take the poison test, and then the waiter comes out and does his little that little dance was so cute.
It was.
It was a cute little dance to some not bad music. The music choices are not bad for this movie. Especially for how low budget it honestly is. Like this is why I love like I don't love low budget schlock. Like they're trying to like take a bunch of just take no money and make a shitty movie and make money off of that. Like these you can tell that this movie is trying to say something. This is a fucking movie, you know what I mean? And with a better budget, it would have been more of a movie that I would have gladly given my money to see.
Could say they had a low budget.
Low budget, but
Yeah.
Ayo. That was.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I as I've recommended it to you, I recommend it to other people.
Hey, go watch this movie in, whatever ways that you may find it.
Yeah, that's once again, it is Low, L-O, but a movie written and directed by Travis Betts. You can find it
2009.
2009. I was an adult when this movie was made. Were you? Yes, you
I
were,
don't want to date myself.
because you are our Lord and Savior, K Genesis
Yeah.
A, the Lord our God. Anyway, I think the most appropriate thing to do would be to send off this hold on just a second. Send off this little podcast here with a little snippet of what you're missing if you don't go watch Low, with a little bit of the song from Demon Girl.
Watch it or you're a terrible person and you're going to hell.
I mean, from this,
I'm gonna tell you a story.
it just sounds like hell is a bunch of physical torture, which I live in every day, and nothing else. So I'd be like
In the day
the boss of that place in no time.
The ground was a corpse.
I mean,
Of your
I did think that the human cheese grater was a compelling image.
I literally went, oh, the cheese grater? Yeah, I'd get used to that eventually. Eternity? Whatever. That was my, like...
I mean, there's the cheese grater and then there's the marital dispute.
The marital dispute for eternity. Like, you're right next to them for eternity, listening to them bitch about how they were right. You shouldn't have had a kid, especially with climate change and the political status of the world right now. And why would you even think that we would want that? And you know what? We should have really worked out that contract better. All we wanted was a baby. We never said anything about a healthy baby, one that lives long enough, one that grows up to be anything or anything like that. Anyway, everybody, go watch Low.